and gentlemen, have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I wish I could fit behind an A4 sheet of paper? Or perhaps you've pondered the profound question, could my wrist be as slim as the 100 yuan banknote? Oh, you haven't? Well, welcome to the world of insane beauty standards, where apparently your worth is measured by how well you can fit into a child's t-shirt. In Asian communities, the pressure to conform to unrealistic standards are no joke. Did you know that 20% of South Korean women undergo some form of cosmetic surgery, often just to conform to those unrealistic standards? The A4 waist challenge, the 100 yuan challenge, the fit into a child's t-shirt challenge, my friends, these are not Olympic sports. These are unhealthy beauty trends that have taken social media by storm. Can you imagine that? People actually believe that having a waist as narrow as a sheet of paper is somehow desirable. It's like we're living in a world where the more you resemble a sheet of paper, the more the world applauds. My friends, I could go on and on for ages about the many toxic beauty standards from all corners of the world. However, all of these standards, they all have one thing in common. These standards are not just about our body sizes. They're about our mind sizes too. I'm talking about the space in our minds that these beauty standards occupy. We've let them take up too much room, convincing ourselves that unless we fit into this narrow definition of beauty, we're somehow less desirable. It's like trying to fit the entire ocean into a teacup. It's impossible, and quite frankly, ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we care so much about these unrealistic standards? Why do we let Victoria's Secret models set the bar for what's considered beautiful? Listen to this. An average woman is 5'4" tall. An average model is 5'11" tall. An average woman weighs 140 pounds. An average model weighs 117 pounds. Sadly, this is reality versus the unattainable standards set by society. You can't be too fat. You can't be too thin. You can't be too short. You can't be too tall for the longest time. We have been conditioned to think that beauty comes in one shape, one size, and maybe even one color. But what if we expanded our minds instead of trying to shrink our bodies? Because the truth is, beauty is as diverse as the colors of the rainbow. There's no one size fits all when it comes to beauty, just like how there's no one size fits all when it comes to life. Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to remind you that beauty is not a set of measurements. It's a state of mind. It's about the way we perceive ourselves and the way we perceive others. It's about the kindness of our eyes, the warmth of our smiles, and the strength of our hearts. That kind of beauty knows no bounds, no limits, and no A4 sheets of paper. So once and for all, let's ditch the beauty standards and let's write our own story. One where everyone's beauty shines bright without unrealistic beauty standards. Remember that beauty is subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. And if the beholder can't see how beautiful you are, then maybe they need to get their eyes checked. So let's embrace our imperfections, our curves, our quirks, and let's show the world what real beauty looks like. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that speech, Amisha, Wong, Rajoo. The judges will now pose 2 questions to the contestant.
A very interesting and good speech. I enjoyed that very much. Just wondering though, about you said beauty to the eye of the beholder, and that beauty can be skin deep as well. But what do you think of maybe people who are fat and do they need to look after themselves for their health and all that? So don't you think they should do something about it? And normally, and would you think that it's okay to be fat and still beauty, and it is still beauty to other people?
Thank you so much for your question. Well, as I said in my speech, I think that beauty is subjective. So I don't think that anybody, no matter who you are, what standard you are, who you are, what position you hold, you don't have the right to judge people for what they look like. If someone who is called fat is happy with the way they look, well, good for them. They're happy. But I think that if it really gets to a point where their health is being affected, then yes, I think that you should do something about it. But if it's just you being happy, being confident and accepting yourself the way you are, then I don't see a problem with that. I fully support that, and I think that you are beautiful just the way you are, and you should not care about what people think about you. And that is my opinion on this.
Hello. Amisha, apparently we understand that in Korea, a lot of parents give their daughters and even sons graduation present, some cosmetic treatment or surgery, etc. So if you graduate, you're still studying, right? So if you graduate and if your parents want to give you a beauty treatment, would you accept it? What sort of beauty treatment? Otherwise, what graduation present would you like to receive from your parents?
Thank you so much for that question. Well, if I graduated and my parents gave me a cosmetics surgery beauty product as a present, well, I'm the type of person that would appreciate any type of present, but I think my parents know me well enough to not give me that sort of present. And I think that I wouldn't want to do something like that. Maybe I'll buy like beauty products or like skincare, but I wouldn't want to do cosmetic surgery as of right now. Because I really like the way I look, I like who I am, I fully accept myself as a person. And if I had to choose a graduation present, I would want money or like something like that. I think it's more useful. I can use it to buy other stuff and do other stuff. But yeah, that's my answer to that question. Thank you.